Dudes, it's Gaz, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So we got a bit of a news roundup today, a ton of important information for current Warframe players that you might have actually missed. We'll be covering the newest Prime Warframe, basically entirely confirmed, talk about when the new Nightwave is coming out, and also some information on the newest augment from that Nightwave, and yes, the riven prices have already gone up, and more. So let's hop right in. But before we do, make sure you sub this channel to daily Warframe video uploads on this channel, news videos, build videos, all that kind of stuff. You're at place for Warframe content. And yes, that big, chunky dev stream is on Saturday, and we'll have so much coverage on it, it will be ridiculous. So let's hop into what we have before that dev stream, though. With first things first, we got Yelli Prime access. In my opinion, formally announced, but you can be the judge of that. Looks like Yelli Prime will have her own special pop song as well. She might even have her own trailer, I'm guessing. So, here's the proof. DE's tweet from like a couple days ago. So, the waves call back their mistress, reborn in gleaming gold and astride a faithful companion. Catch the full reveal in the main theater of PAX East or watch from home for the dev stream on May 10th at 3 p.m. So, here's the clip they gave us. So she has her own song. I only put like a small clip of it just in case there's copyright. But yes, if that's not Yelli Prime's release clip, then what is, right? So as far as Yelli Prime access, I've got a little bit more information to go off of. Now, as far as when Yelli Prime access will launch, DE's earliest tweet of basically when Lavos will end was from last Friday. So I'm going to go ahead and say right now, I think it will be probably the third week of May at this point. I don't think it will be next week, even though it technically could have launched next week, because they have to give us at least 2 weeks ahead of time of like full, like, you know, like, okay, Lavos goes away in 2 weeks, so you can buy the Prime Access if you want the accessory. So yeah, expect Yelli Prime Access on the third week of May. If it's the second week, I'd be happy about that, but I think it'll be the third week of May. And as far as the weapons, sadly, we don't have all the information on that, but I would say I'm guaranteeing you the Compressor Prime. So if you want to compress a Prime Riven, it will be 0.5 dispo, but the Compressor Prime is going to be probably one of the best pistols of the game. Think of this like Sevagoth Prime Access. You're going to probably get a crazy good Sentinel, I'm assuming, and you're going to have a really good secondary, like the Epitaph with the Compressor, and then also the frame itself can get the job done. So it's going to be a really good access. Maybe a little bit depending on what the third item is that we don't officially know, because Yelli only has one special item, or custom item, or signature item. I got it there eventually. Speaking of which, with that Yelli Prime Access on the way, that means that Lavos Prime Access is going away, like probably like around that time too. So definitely keep an eye out for, you know, if you want to buy those Lavos Prime accessories, the Alchemist look, this is going away. So if you're newer to the game, that does not mean that you can't farm for Lavos. It just means you can't buy him for like real life cash. You can buy it for other players for platinum, but you cannot buy the Prime Access once Yelli Prime comes out. So only one Prime Access is available at a time. Moving over to some other stuff here. We actually, this is less prevalent, but we actually got Necros Prime and Oberon Prime back today. And the reason this is a big deal is because Necros Prime had not been unvaulted for a really long time. His price has gotten pretty ridiculous. But the funny thing is, though, like everything else in the Prime Access besides Necros Prime is pretty much forgettable. You got like Galatine Prime, Tigris Prime, which hopefully gets an Incarnon if we're getting a Deviri expansion. Sylvan Aegis Prime. I think Soberis Prime's in there, so Soberis Prime's pretty good. But yeah, besides that, it's like Necros and Soberis. The rest of it is pretty bad. So yeah, that'll be available for a couple of weeks. And another thing too, Twitch drops have been disabled for now, because there's some changes how Twitch drops have been done for Warframe. So they have disabled all Twitch drops for Warframe streams until they can fix it, basically. So maybe expect that when Yelli Prime comes out in probably the third week of May. And here's a big one. So like this is the thing I was talking about earlier. So we got the formal loot and reward changes for the new Nightwave here. And there's actually some pretty substantial stuff. Mainly the new augment is, we finally know which weapon it's for. So we knew the athodai one is going to be coming out. It's going to give like weak point damage or whatever. But now here's what we didn't know about. Spontaneous Singularity. We knew the mod existed, but we didn't know what weapon it's for. So get a load of this. Spontaneous Singularity is for the SIMULOR. So the Synoid Simulor and the normal Simulor are getting an augment mod from Nightwave. It's called Spontaneous Singularity. We don't know what it does, but I'll tell you what. After I heard about this yesterday. I started messing with the SIMULOR on stream. It's actually really strong. Like, it's an AoE gun with forced electric procs. It's quite powerful. It's got good riven stats. I bought a riven for 5 plat. I would say if you don't have a SIMULOR riven, and you've even heard about it before, you're going to want this thing. So go get a SIMULOR riven right now. You probably should have got it yesterday, but hey, I only make 1 video per day. So, yes. Now, beyond that, we've got some other changes to this Nightwave here that some people might be pretty happy about. So, one of those things is the returning augment. Do they have that here? Yeah. So, the Sporothrix augment volatile variant will be added to the Nightwave store. That means that if you've been trying to use the Coda Sporothrix and you're like, I don't have the augment. Now you can get the augment because they're bringing it back pretty quickly. Additionally, critical mutation for the Cannibalist is also coming back, which is, that's good. The Cannibalist is not my favorite because the reloading feels awkward, but yeah, it's a pretty much a must-run augment on the Cannibalist. Now, beyond that, we knew about most of this other stuff, but reminder too, if you haven't paid attention in a while, the new Nightwave is happening on May 21st. Probably it literally might be the same day Yareli Prime comes out. So you have like 13 days to get your Nightwave leveled up, get that Bionic Rounds augment from this Nightwave season. Turn in your Nora creds. Now, if you don't turn your Nora creds for Season 8, they will become basically normal credits for Season 9. Well, not exactly, but they won't be usable for anything besides selling them in inventory for credits. So I'd recommend that you turn them in for like Nightane, turn them in for Kuva if you really want. It's not the best rate for the Kuva, but you could turn them in for helmets you don't have. The list goes on. Make sure you turn in all your Nora creds that you want to turn in before this date. So yeah, big stuff out of this post though, guys. They are going to be adding some pretty funny challenges, some new ones. So one of them is going to be test subject, complete elite weekly challenge, Deep Archimedia or Templar Archimedia. So that means you have to be rank 5 with either the Kavia Syndicate or the Hex Syndicate to do this Nightwave challenge, okay? Now, it's not like you have to do it, but if you do want to get the most out of your Nightwave rep, I would recommend that you're rank 5 with one of those 2 syndicates, because if you're not, you're also missing out on weekly loot, too. Additionally, they got a challenge to kill the tank, and a challenge to do the obstacle course, Ollie's Crash Course, which is, that's an interesting one for sure. They also added some more stuff here. Well, actually, we already talked about this, but they're adding some more things to the credit offering store, such as the Saturn 6 armor is being added in there. That's really nice. Also, I believe the Fracta shoulder plate. No, the Fracta shoulder plate will be in the actual level up path. And there's also an Epitaph skin here too. So lots of good stuff the next Nightwave. But yeah, guys, the big stuff here is that, maybe don't forma your normal Yareli right now. Maybe save those forma for Yareli Prime. Or maybe don't waste forma on the Compressor Normal. Even the Compressor Normal will have higher riven stats, might even still be better. There should be many things that you're going to be leveling up these new updates. And not to mention, we're going to get Deviri expansion too. We'll see full information on that on Saturday. So, hope this video is fun, helpful to you guys. Just want to give you a news roundup of things that are happening in Warframe. Reminder too, we have that Galleon of Ghouls event returning tomorrow with another weapon. So, expect a build video on that on probably like Saturday, I'd say. Because I'm going to do the... Actually, we'll see. We'll see about tomorrow. So I might do the build video tomorrow. I might wait until Saturday. I kind of wanted to give it like a level 10,000 run before I do the video, so that might be what happens. So either way, see you next time. Appreciate the support, and yeah, have a great time farming Warframe. Peace.